What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with a lucky dip, and this one comes from Mark, big friend and champion of the channel, and he has shared a tune by Diamanda Galas, I'm not sure, there's an accent on the second A. Regardless, I was like, why do I know this name? And again, maybe this is something that Mark mentioned, but what came back to me in the moment is that I've heard her voice before, because she's featured on a tune by Recoil, aka Alan Wilder, and the tune's called Jezebel, which, you know, the reaction was a long time ago. I'm sure the sound levels are off or whatever, but in that reaction, I was very fond of the tune, and it became one that sort of entered my, day-to-day playlist. And ultimately, I'm a big fan of the way Alan Wilder incorporates a number of really interesting voices and like musical styles in the Recoil project. So yeah, it's a tune, Jezebel, in which you have this sort of oldie-timey, like rhythm and blues vocal mixed with this crazy, ethereal, backing female vocal, which I now understand to be Diamanda. Again, I'm not even sure how you pronounce either part of the name, but so my apologies for that. But yeah, I've heard this voice before, and ultimately it was quite intense and crazy. So Mark mentioned that this tune we're going to hear, which is called Double Barrel Prayer, which is an interesting phrase, double barrel, the idea of a weapon, a shotgun, say, and then a prayer, which is, a plea or some supplication, perhaps. Either way, it's not something you would expect to hear described as double-barreled, so I'm intrigued by the title alone. And yeah, let's get to it. This is Diamanda Galas, and the tune is called Double Barrel Prayer. Mildly terrified. There's like a few mixed saw I don't even know what the other half of the equation is. Obviously it has a Middle Ages prayer type feel. The singer in Fifth Element took psychedelic mushrooms. I'll just be hiding in the corner. I'm not gonna make an Ernie joke. Well, that's one of the most insane things I've ever heard. And shout out to Mark. I don't know, if this is considered like transgressive, they do like just completely, defying normal boundaries or expectations in genre and so on. But it definitely feels like something that's designed to shock and to be a bit intense and maybe uncomfortable. But I think I figured out the formula. I think it's part Saw When, which looks like Sam Hain and is like Glenn Danzig and the Misfits' later incarnation, which was more overtly like druid chant and all sorts of, incantations like in Latin in the songs, and it's even more horror rock than the Misfits. So it felt like that, plus Susie Sue at her most insane and pissed off, plus the Fifth Element singer on mushrooms. I feel like that was where that tune was. Seriously, like, again, I don't even know how to begin unpacking that. I heard bits and pieces of the lyrics, but her delivery style is so insane that parts of the lines I wasn't hearing because they had that like crazy, like, I don't even know if you consider that vibrato, or like it was just this like oscillation of her voice. Again, I don't know what the appropriate term is, or if she created a new category of vocal technique with that. Either way, yeah, just incredible and quite terrifying. Again, I make a joke that I'm going to be in the corner, I'm like hiding behind my teacup, but like, imagine hearing that at a show. Like, I'm sure there would be people who, knowing it or perhaps even just looking for that type of experience, but I would genuinely be like, holy shit, this is crazy. And this is someone who listens to, like 200 BPM hardcore and, stuff which, will have like horror movie samples and rock in with like a hard bass line and kick drum. Even saying that, or even, rolling in that world, this was a crazy, intimidating tune. So shout out to Mark for sharing this. He did mention that it was like, intense, or I forget the exact wording, but even knowing on some level that I was going into something, and fair to say, the title, Double Barrel Prayer, that, it feels like there's a gun pointed at you at the title. So in a way, I guess I shouldn't be so shocked, but it definitely was an intense experience. So shout out to Mark. I have some more Lucky Dips coming in this session. I'm going to try to do a bunch of them. Because again, I go through all the regular deep dives, but I'm trying not to forget that, a bunch of people have sort of laid out some stuff to, just get a sense of, get a taste of, just the experience without necessarily having to, commit to doing, a number of regular tracks from that artist. Although again, sometimes the Lucky Dips end up turning into that. I think the Keen deep dive was originally a Lucky Dip. Beloved, which I'm now remembering I do need to get back to in terms of the regular journey through that. So all in good time. But once again, shout out to Mark. Let me know what you think of this crazy tune. I will see you next time. Peace.